Welcome back to Everything or Nothing, I'm Frozen Treasure. Let's have a look at some of MI6's more advanced training programs, now that we've beaten the game and have almost no need for them. In the combat simulator, we need to kill enemies in waves. Compared to the survival test, it's a lot more forgiving, at least at the outset. We already get given a decent arsenal, and it gets replenished along with our health at the start of every new wave. The first wave is simple enough: 3 guys in plain sight, all unaware, and able to be taken out in a single shot each without alerting the others. Second wave isn't much different. Once we kill 2 of the first 3 dudes, a couple more spawn behind the staircase. Again, they start off unaware, though in these first 2 waves there's really no need to be stealthy anyway. Since everything gets refilled and the points don't matter, we can just charge through guns blazing if we so choose. Third wave onwards, the enemies get far more plentiful and far more dangerous, especially when the game starts grouping them up in particular combinations. For example, everyone in this room is a crowbar guard. Of course, they forgot the fact that on their own, crowbar guards, no matter how numerous, are easily taken care of, but still. Wave 4 proves that the designers were clearly capable of being a lot more cruel than they ended up being in the main campaign. Every guard has a shotgun, and while they still only fire once and then wait several seconds for you to kill them in return, their numbers easily make up for this. All they have to do is get one hit in, and while we're busy getting back up, the rest of them swarm in and fire their own guns. Playing badly doesn't help either, of course. and that's what dying looks like in Everything or Nothing. Not as iconic as red paint drizzling down the screen, but it's third person, we can't have everything. I'm happy to be corrected on this, but I'm fairly certain that neither the combat simulator or survival test actually have endpoints besides being overwhelmed. As such, we don't really need to draw it out any longer than a couple of minutes. Survival test is the same concept but without the waves. We don't get any health or ammo back, the guards all start out semi-aware of our presence, and there's a lot of them from the get-go. I think both modes are about equal in difficulty overall. Survival test just cuts out the ramp-up that the combat simulator has in the first couple of waves. And those are our awards for beating the game. Ultimately, it's a little lackluster, but I guess the developers couldn't think of anywhere else to put the modes. I never played them much when I originally played the game. After beating the whole game and without the context of the actual missions, they don't really feel satisfying. And not to say that they're bad, but they're just a little weird. The payoff for doing well in them doesn't quite stack up to, say, the payoff for getting a platinum. Speaking of which, it's almost time to see the platinums. But we won't be seeing them just yet, we've got a slight detour into the multiplayer to go. See you next time!